Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, everybody. I know you guys are not accustomed seeing me like this. You know, I'm usually finished with all my makeup, but I said I think we're at that point where I can allow you to get ready with me. All right, and in today's video we're going to be really informal. I am actually going to be dropping the tea on my experience on launching a business in 2020. And if you feel 2020 is cancelled, stay tuned. I have something for you. All right guys, see you on the other side. Okay guys, so welcome back again. Before I continue, I actually just want to thank all my new subscribers and all my new followers. Remember, the handle on Instagram is boujeeglambeauty. All right, so be sure to follow the page for all your eyelash needs. All right, so as I mentioned to you, I am actually just going to be completing my makeup. So if you see me with a mirror and it's blocking my face, I apologize in advance, but it's really hard to film and do makeup at the same time, but forgive me guys. All right, so guys, as I mentioned to you, I would have launched my business earlier this year, and it really and truly was something that I was thinking about for a while now. You know, I have been trying to figure out what else could I do, you know, to bring in the dollars, the bag, you know. And I started the business, and I won't go into details as to why I started the business because I think that needs a whole video by itself. But just to actually give you my perspective on 2020 and running a business in 2020, guys, it's been really hard. It's been challenging, but also too guys, apart from being challenging, it's also been a blessing. You know, 2020 has also been a blessing. And you're probably there wondering and saying, a blessing? Is Carice crazy? What is she talking about? But guys, if it is you haven't used the time yet to think through what your purpose is, what you're good at, you know, what else you can do to really fulfill your purpose whilst here on earth, well guys, you really haven't been using the past few months effectively at all. I know it's easy to get caught up. As I always tell my friends, I know it's easy to get caught up in the Netflix series and, you know, sharing the memes and keeping up with the bacchanal news stories, etc. But guys, you need to use your time wisely, especially when you're trying to move ahead, especially when you're trying to make your life better for yourself, for your family. You really and truly need to use your time wisely. All right, so with me starting my business earlier this year, I think no one like myself would have ever predicted COVID was coming, and it was basically coming to stop us all dead in our tracks. Did you have plans for 2020? Let me know in the comment below, the comment section below. Let me know, because the amount of plans I had this year, well boy, I really learned this year about that saying. You ever heard about the saying, you might have your plan but God has his? Something to that effect. Yeah, and boy oh boy, did he show us what plan he had for us. So we plan all kind of things this year: launch business, get married, maybe build house, I don't know, travel to Europe. Whatever plans you had, God showed us this year that he was boss and he grounded all of us. Tell me, very troublesome. So guys, with that, to me, it gave me time to think, because now all my plans were put on hold essentially, because you couldn't have events, right? And you basically now had to figure out a way Do you plan? Do you continue? What to do? And as much as it has been very frustrating, and I know this because, as I mentioned, I too had plans to do many things, not only for my business, but personally as well. And those things were put on hold. So what did I do? So in March, when we realized, hey, they're going to put us on a lockdown, I was actually happy because I was like, boy, this is my time to rethink my strategy and to rethink how I'm going to execute. So guys, that's what I end up doing. So in rethinking my strategy and the way how I execute, to be honest with you, I actually thought of better ways on how to actually continue to launch my business than the first way initially. Because initially, and I will let you guys into a secret, I was thinking to have an event. And that quickly got sandwiched at the end of March because of the fact they put us in lockdown, no events, no gatherings, etc. Was I devastated? Yeah. But after I figured out a way to do the launch and I converted it to a virtual series, it worked out so much better and so much cheaper, guys. So sometimes things happen to us in life and we think, way boy, I didn't get to do it how I wanted to do it, or I didn't get to go where I wanted to go. But when you look at it in the long run, it actually works out. It's for your benefit. And that's how you should always look at things in life. Always look at things in life as things happen for a reason and for a purpose. Yeah? So as I mentioned purpose, let me touch on that for a second. You know, many people, you know, in different conversations I would have, they would say, but Carice, I really don't know what my purpose is. Well, I can tell you, I have been in that very similar position. And I think for me, I am still trying to cement and figure out if this is my purpose. But really and truly, your purpose is what defines you. Is something that you're really good at, something that you get really excited about, something that comes natural to you. That's your purpose. I will make a separate video on finding your purpose. But for right now in 2020, with all this time that we have, I want to challenge you to try many different things. Just try different things. If you see a sewing course, go do the sewing course. If you see a course on baking, go do that. Maybe you want to go and do a makeup course. Try that. You never know. But guys, really and truly, take this downtime we have and use it wisely. That's the next point I want to share with you all. Take this downtime and use it wisely. So, back to persons in business in 2020. As I mentioned before, you really have to look at your strategy if you haven't done so already and figure out how can you still grow in these challenging times. And you probably want to say, but Carice, nobody are going out. In my case, nobody buying lashes. Okay, no problem. How can I get around that? How can I market my business differently for people to still be interested in mink lashes? At the end of the day, you are your own brand ambassador. You have to be excited about your brand so that other people could be excited about it. Yeah? So if you haven't been doing that, now is the time, because you have all the time in the world. Nothing is competing for your attention. So now should be the time where you are actually investing in your business, investing in yourself, in how you can make your business better and how you can close off the rest of 2020. Yeah? And as I said before, use Google. It's a great search engine. You can actually look at international businesses and see what they have done in this COVID times. You know, look at their strategies. You know, as I always say, guys, most ideas are not original. 9 out of 10 times you see somebody executing something, it's been done already. Okay? So don't be afraid to go up online, look at different international websites, and read. Read, guys. Social media is your friend. I know, as I mentioned before, we could get carried away with the little memes and, posting selfies. But guys, use your time wisely to research what it is you would like to research. And as I always said, or as I always like to tell people, invest in you. It pays off in the long run. Trust me when I say that. Invest in yourself. Okay? Because there were many things I never thought I would have done before 2020. I'll give you one example. I actually did my makeup course, as you guys know, last year. And I did the course because I had a vision and I knew I was going to start a lash business, and I wanted to ensure I had all the information on lashes, different makeup, eye looks, etc., so that I can be able to help myself. But I really never thought in my wildest dreams I actually would be doing makeup on other people. I never did. But 2020 showed me that, hey, whatever you thought was not possible can be possible. So why allow 2020 alone to show us that he is boss and he could come in here and do whatever he please? No. So I actually challenged myself to do makeup on other people. And I'm still testing it out. I mean, it's a lot of work. But once again, just showing you, challenge yourself. 2020 is already up in the air. It's crazy. So why not challenge yourself? Why keep yourself in a box? Right? It makes no sense. Challenge yourself. Go out there and do whatever it is you really wanted to do all the time but never had the time to do. Because many people always use the excuse and say, well, if I had time, I don't have time to pursue my dream. I don't have time. I have a full-time job and I have kids and a husband and I don't have time. No, honey. That shouldn't be an excuse in 2020. Now I know for the mummies right now and daddies who homeschooling those kids, my gosh, pressure, guys. I mean, I have a daughter, and I mean, so far I must say, so good. But guys, it's so challenging because remember, this is a new normal for kids, for parents, and so it's challenging. So imagine running a business on top of that. Guys, it is not easy. So, if I really had to sum up 2020, I would tell people it's been challenging. It's definitely been a journey. But guys, it also was a necessary evil. And I don't know how many of you agree. I mean, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But I think it was necessary for all of us to kind of just stop and to assess where we are right now in life. Maybe some of us needed to get closer to the Creator. Maybe some of us needed to spend time with our family. Some of us needed to develop a talent. Yeah. So as much as some of us are so fed up of Corona, and I am too, because I mean the death rate keeps going up. And I pray and hope that, everybody remains safe in these times and, following the health guidelines and masking up. I too would want it to go away. But I must say that COVID actually gave us time that we didn't necessarily have before. And I just want to challenge you, wherever you may be, to really use that time wisely, to figure it out. to figure it out, figure yourself out. Use the time wisely, guys. Yeah? So, I just wanted to share some tips because I had a lot of questions, people asking me, so Carice, how are you managing, running a business? I do work full-time. I have a daughter. How do I, manage it all? And whilst, I might make it look easy, it also involves a few crucial steps to ensure you don't go mad. Right? So, we spoke about managing COVID. Now, let's jump into managing our time. Right, so I did a few things off camera because I didn't want this video to take a very long time. Right, so I'm just applied my contour and I have the rest of my face baking. I really like baking, guys. It's amazing. It's amazing. I love baking. It really sets everything into place, So, managing time. So how do I do it? How do I manage my time on top of all my other responsibilities that I have? So you want to open a business, or you're currently running one right now, and you have so much things to do, but you just don't know. Guys, time is your best friend. Depending on what you do with your time actually dictates how much you get done and what you accomplish. So use your time wisely. As I mentioned previously, it's very easy to get caught up in all the Netflix series and all the Trini Bacchanal. And we have a lot of that here. I know it's very difficult to get caught up in that. But to be honest, guys, in my time, I really don't have a lot of spare time. And so I have to use all of my time really wisely to get all that I need done. And to basically, get through with all of my responsibilities. So what I have found is that my days are actually starting much earlier, where I'm actually waking up at 4 a.m. I'm still trying to get my little workout in. It's very hard with the gyms closed, but I'm still trying. It's very challenging. And there is that word that keeps coming up, challenging. And I do have, and I set aside time for prayer and meditation. Guys, without those two things, I must say, I am not so sure if I would be sitting here today. Because after all, 2020 has been challenging. And so for me, without prayer, and without me not rehearsing every day and kind of going through my vision board every day, I would have given up. I would have just tried to sell off these lashes and just given up. But guys, there's something with praying and meditation that keeps you grounded. Don't ever not start your day without doing those two things. You might forget to make up the bed. You might forget to do the ab workout to get the tummy flat. But don't ever forget praying and meditation. Meditation actually helps to sort of clear your thoughts, think positive. It actually really sets your day. If you don't know how to meditate, go on YouTube. You're here on YouTube watching me, and I thank you for that. But search up meditation, search up things to do with motivation. Start your day on a positive note, guys. Because when you do, two things I like to tell people: start your day on a positive note and always be grateful. Once you exercise those two things, nothing will come in your way. Things will come into your way. You will be disappointed throughout the day. But guys, you are going to be able to quickly be able to overcome those things. Yeah? So after you do your prayer and your meditation, and you probably throw in a workout if you can, Then guys, the other tip I have for you is to schedule everything. I know it might sound tedious to sit down and plan out everything, but guys, it's just with your life. It's the same thing applies with your life. Have control over your life. It's the same thing with having control over your time. You know, I actually would have shown you in previous videos my little notebook. In this notebook, I write down everything from quotes to different ideas that I see online. Any idea that pops up in my mind, I journal it, I write it down. And then other than that, I schedule my time. So that way now, because my time is precious and limited, guys, it keeps me on track. So if it is, I say, okay, this weekend coming up, I want to accomplish 3 things. And that's the next thing with making lists, guys. Do not make them too long, because how the brain works is that once it sees all these things it needs to do, we automatically just start to basically block everything out, and we start thinking, oh my gosh, so many things to do, and you start getting flustered. Keep it simple, guys. Break your tasks down into simple things, all right? And you can't do everything. You're not superwoman, all right? So break down your task and be real with yourself. So let's just say I want to actually accomplish 3 things this weekend. I write them down in order of importance, and then when the weekend rolls around, I now start checking my book and then checking off as I go along and make sure I do them, you know. So keep a little calendar. It's very important that you do, and it's very important that you keep yourself on track, because I am telling you, it's very easy to forget things. You know, when it is you're running on limited time, it's very easy to forget things. It's very easy to forget ideas. And you know, you really and truly want to remember. When you have time to sit down, you actually want to remember what it is you say you needed to sit down and do. And then schedule it. If you're running a social media page like myself, use your time. When you have some downtime wisely. Before I jump in, I'm actually showing you all, I'm actually going to be applying this lash style. Be daring. I've worn this multiple times already, so it's kind of not attached to the plastic. Yeah, so use your time wisely. If you need to plan out your social media calendar, figure out, am I going to be posting 2 days this week or 3 days this week? Think through what it is you need to post. You know, maybe you need to use your time to create the content, you know, whether it's a video, whether it's an actual post. You know, you have to actually sit down, create a little schedule for yourself, and you also have to work on your schedule for your business. So it's not just personally, you need to schedule everything for your business, even more so. You know, maybe you need to take time out. How do I grow my page? How do I get engagement? You know, there are so many articles out there and reading material as to how you can actually do those things and achieve those things, but you have to schedule the time, guys. Otherwise, as I mentioned before, it's all going to become very overwhelming, and you are just going to get flustered and frustrated, and then you end up not doing it, and week after week keep passing you by and nothing is done, and then boom, 2020 done. And you don't want that to be you. So I am challenging you, even if you haven't done so before, you know, you take a 2 weeks to yourself. As much as it might be hard to, take a 2 weeks to yourself and figure out, how do I want to use the rest of 2020 to figure myself out and to figure out what it is I need to do. Yeah? So I'm actually going to be applying my first eyelash with you guys on camera, and then I'm going to go off camera and finish my look. Yeah? So as we talk about 2020, and I would have started the business telling you guys, if you think 2020 is cancelled, I urge you to think again. Yeah? So for those of you that would have missed my tutorial on how to apply eyelashes. I'm going to link it somewhere on here. But I am just showing you that I have placed the lash holder in the middle of the lash, as you can see. And then I'm going to go in with my mirror, looking down, and apply it over my own eyelashes. Yeah, and I am using our Bougie Glam glue here. Yeah. So for all those who actually think 2020 is cancelled and over, I have heard it all, believe you me. I have tons of friends that are just waiting for 2020 to be over. And guys, whilst that is the case, while I too can't wait for 2020 to be over, I think there's so much that we can actually salvage from 2020. So in the case of some of the persons that actually didn't get a chance to think through their purpose and how they're going to re-strategize, I think even if you use the time to do that, you're going to come out really good and strong at 2020. Like, you need to use this time wisely if you haven't done so already. Maybe you still need to do your self-assessment. You know, maybe you need to figure out, is the job that I'm doing right now my dream job? You know, could I see myself doing this for the rest of my life? Maybe there's a passion of mine that I have been kind of putting on the back burner because I haven't had time to develop it. So, you know, now is the time for you to do that self-assessment, because I really want you, and I really want to challenge you to change your mindset, to think positive, because COVID is going to pass us. And when it does, you don't want to know that after it has passed us and we come out of this semi-quarantine, that you are now there trying to figure it out. No, honey. Use 2020 and this kind of state that we are in to figure it out. Now is the time. Trust me on two things. That now is the time to do that self-assessment, and that we are gonna get past COVID, because God is good. Yeah? So I want to challenge you to do that now, in this time. Don't wait to do it, guys. Do it now. All right? And stop thinking negative. 2020, don't let 2020 control you. You control how 2020 is going to end. All right? So I'm actually going to be coming off camera and I'm going to be revealing my finished look. Okay, guys, so I am back. So this is now my completed look. Let me know in the comment section below, you know, what you guys think about my makeup look in today's video. As you know, I'm still practicing and, you know, still learning different techniques. So guys, just to recap with you, 2020 is not cancelled. It's not. You know, I would have shared with you that even though this year was very challenging for me to launch my business, and all the ups and downs that really came with it, and even though I had to re-strategize and replan and, you know, put a little bit more work into it, you know, I actually saw some successes with those efforts that I put in. And so I'm challenging you to do that in your business right now. All is not lost. You know, spend a little time, a little quiet time, and try to really figure out what you need to do to finish 2020 strong. And if you haven't used the prior months to do any kind of reassessment and self-assessment, I am challenging you as well to do so. Not only for your business, but for your personal self. You know, because we have the time now. Time is our best friend. Because you don't want to come out of 2020 now trying to figure it out and figure out your way. Have a plan so that when we come out of COVID, you could even come back stronger than you did before. And don't be afraid of hard work. You know, I think that's what COVID did to us. COVID challenged us to really use our mental power as to how to still reach our customers, how to still build our business. And don't be afraid of hard work. Everybody does it. And that's how successful people are successful. It doesn't happen overnight. All right, so I challenge you to do that. And just to also recap, schedule everything, guys. It is so important, personally and for your business. Schedule it. Write it down. Write down your visions, your goals, everything that you want to do, jot it down. So that way you do not forget all that you want to accomplish. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed today's video, let me know by giving me a thumbs up below. And feel free to share this video. If you have any friends that they may be very demotivated, they just over 2020, they just fed up, send them this video, share this video with them. And I do hope that after they hear my story, that they would feel inspired. All right, guys, so join me back for next week's episode. And thank you so much, guys, for sharing this time with me in this new format. I mean, I kind of like it, you know, getting ready with you guys. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought, and we will catch up next time. So guys, bye.